hello again everyone and welcome back. Hopefully this video finds you well. Today we're going to take a look at another offering from AplineAire. It's been a little while since we've done anything from them. Can't say I'm always impressed by some of their offerings, but every now and again they put out a banger. So we're going to take a look at this one today. And Shakshuka, I'm not sure if I'm saying that right, but there we go. A warmly spiced, saucy stew of tomatoes, onions, and peppers with eggs. And paired with rice that's perfect for any time of day. So there we go. 780 calories in this big bag here. I think we are differentiating that. Is this a... I always kind of like, bristle a bit at this because like every now and again, I guess this is one serving per container. But they do break it out here in a half a package and a full package. The amount that's in here for most things, I would say this is more like a 2-serving meal. But anyway, we'll go off the full here. There are the nutritional facts if you're interested in those. Again, pretty big calorie count, so that's nice to see. Ingredients list: instant white rice, Monterey Jack, tomato powder, Romano cheese. In an African dish, Romano cheese? Interesting. Pre-cooked scrambled egg curds, freeze-dried. Interesting. Okay, we got a peppers, Parmesan. So we have Parmesan, Romano, and Monterey Jack. So several cheeses there. Tomato flake, white onion, potato starch. Interesting. And a couple of spices down there, cilantro. Okay. Yeah, well, let's see. I don't know much about the particular, that dish. Maybe I'll look that up in between kind of letting this reconstitute. But anyway, so preparation instructions. 2 cups or 16 ounces of boiling water. Or easy fill line 8, which would be right here. So there we go. Easy fill lines. That's always nice. And then let it stand 8 to 12 minutes. Let's open her up here. Take a peek. AplineAire. They do love Parmesan cheese. I seem to remember a lot of their things having Parmesan in it. I guess it's, maybe you get a little bit more of that saltiness from the Parmesan. I'm not sure. Do we have an oxygen absorber? Doesn't look like it. I'm just going to reach down in here and get one of our little freeze-dried egg pieces here. So that's always good. Kind of reminiscent of Mountain House. Smells cheesy. Actually smells a little bit more like kind of like Mexican than it does African, but hey, we'll see. So if you're new here, I tend to add water at my own pace, but I would encourage you to go based on the instructions. They're there for a reason, but just because I choose not to follow them at all times is on me. But generally speaking, I'll add enough water to kind of make the meal look like what I would want it to look like when it was done, and then add a little bit more just to allow for that reconstitution. There's a lot of powder in here, so I'm really gonna try and stir this quite well in order to make sure that we are not going to have a bunch of pockets of just random powder that I have to chomp on later. And it is good to dig down in the corners and just shake everything up really nicely and get it all, well mixed. A little bit more, I think. That's about how I think I'd like it to see it. So we'll add just a little bit more. And things like rice do tend to take a lot of water. So what you might add in there and think it's very soupy, well, by the time it's done, that water will leach. Or the rice will leach a lot of that water. I think we're good with this right now. We're going to seal this back up. And then, yeah, we'll come back and try it out when it's done, sort of reconstituting and see how it tastes. All right, so should be good to go here on our I'm terrible. Shakshuka? Still not sure. I am a little bit interested though, because when I went to look this up, it seems like a pretty simple dish. You know, like kind of primarily tomatoes, eggs, onions, maybe peppers. There's variations on things too that'll add other stuff, harissa, you know. But I'm a little bit confused by all the cheeses in here, I suppose, and even the rice. It sort of seems like Alpine is trying to do a variation, I guess, their own little variation. There's a little bit more in the package. I think we'll do just fine with the amount on the table here, but the amount of cheese in this is interesting. Where did our little egg pieces go? I want to get a couple of these little egg pieces to start. I mean, it doesn't smell bad. It just smells very cheesy. There's a little bit of the egg piece right there. So let's try it. Keep an open mind. Oh boy. That goes a lot of places. That goes a lot of places. Man. My first thought is, boy, is that sweet. I wasn't expecting that level of sweetness. It's kind of like sweet cheesy rice. I'm getting the peppers. There's a little bit of spice in there, but not a ton. The eggs are not great, if I'm being honest. I'm going to try and find another bit here. There's a little tiny one there. The eggs have like a bit of an off taste, kind of like an old egg, if I'm being completely 100% on that. Man, what do I think of this? I mean, it kind of almost like ventures into a weird, like Italian American type of thing, but with rice. That sauce is interesting. It's like Franco-American. Like, I feel like this is like some weird Chef Boyardee way to slap African food on a can. Is that harsh? Seems harsh. Man. A lot of Monterey Jack cheese in there. Get a little bit of that parm. But yeah, it's just very cheesy, very sweet. There's a bit of that tomato in there. I don't think this is how this dish was intended to be. Like, I don't even think a little bit. What are we doing? AplineAire in the past, in some of the meals that I've had, I feel like they try and put their little spins on things that don't always hit the mark. This doesn't hit the mark. Like reading on like what we're talking about here, the ingredients list and all this stuff, it just put me in mind of something completely different. And what I'm getting, like, it's obviously edible. I'm not throwing it up. It's not terrible. But it puts me in mind of the sweet sauce in Chef Boyardee. Instead of just like a ravioli or little ring pasta, I'm eating rice. and occasionally I get an old tasting egg with a lot more cheese added to it. So AplineAire, I'm sorry, but this one, like, it's not bad, but it's just not there. You know, it's just not there. You know, the rice held up well. It's not mushy. It's not crunchy. You know, I got the stir in good enough. I mean, the seasoning isn't bad. I'll say that as much. It's not bad. But it's just, it's throwing a lot of flavors at you at once. And again, none of them put me in mind of what, like, I read on this package, I guess. And what you get is just a sweet, tomatoey, cheesy Chef Boyardee. So that, I guess that's all I got to say about it. I mean, if you're looking for something interesting, like out of the ordinary, maybe give it a try. But if you're looking for, you know, that dish, I don't think so. At least not by the description. I wouldn't call this an accurate representation. But hey, if any of you have tried this, or have, because I've never even tried the dish that this is based off of, so give me some pointers, give me some comments down below. Let me know kind of what your experiences are. I'd love to hear from you. And leave comments or suggestions for future videos. Love hearing it. And if you'd like to send something in to be reviewed on the channel, the P.O. Box is down below in the description. Patreon's also down there as well. If you want to contribute to the channel, don't have to, but it's there. And yeah, don't forget to like and subscribe. And we'll catch you on the next one. See ya.